Oh, yeah. You already know what time it is. You already know what's going on. Your favorite cousins are back. Your favorite duo is now back in session. I'm your host, Cam Silver.
I am your co-host, Kyle Silver.
And we are the Silver Boys. So, Kyle.
What's up? Talk to me.
Man, we have some pretty good stuff going on. The NFL schedule release.
Yes, sir.
WNBA is officially back. The second round of the playoffs is still going on.
Heating up.
We got a good amount of stuff
to
get into. But first, I want to talk about this NFL schedule.
Bet.
So now the NFL schedule has just released. What was it? Wednesday night? If I'm mistaken. And I like some stuff. I like some stuff in here.
I'm liking some a lot of the first week games, the games Thursday night games, the Friday, Monday night games, things like of those natures. I'm liking the way that it's lining up and everything like that. So talk to them about what we starting off with.
So we got the rematch of the AFC Championship game with the Ravens and the Chiefs. I like that one a lot.
Yes.
Let's see what else. Jets and Niners. What was that?
That's Monday. That's gonna be the first Monday night game. Yeah. That's gonna be definitely a good game.
Who else am I looking at? Who else are we looking at here? Chiefs and Niners play each other down in October. We got Niners and Packers on the 24th. Giants and Cowboys on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's got Bears and Lions on Thanksgiving. Dolphins and Packers on Thanksgiving. Chiefs and Steelers and Ravens and Texans on Christmas.
Ooh, Chris, that Christmas slate is gonna be low.
And those are on Netflix too.
Oh, that's
crazy.
Wild.
That's crazy.
Netflix
right?
signed those sponsorship deals. Yo, that's crazy.
He's on a huge sponsorship.
That's what's up.
But yeah, no, I'm excited to see what this season brings us.
Yeah, there's a lot of big games that are gonna be we only know the actual outcomes and everything of the intensity of the games later on. But
right.
I feel a lot of these games, think about it, Monday, December 30th, Lions, Niners, that could be a telling game as we get into wild card division, because as we were probably about to talk about Jared Goff getting re-signed.
Right.
That's pretty important. Not re-signed, extension. That's important to what they're trying to build over there. Keeping Dan Campbell, keeping Amon-Ra St. Brown and stuff. So you never know how that could really work out, and if they could get back to where they were the previous season. You feel me?
Yeah. And speaking on his extension, so Jared Goff officially signed a 4-year $212 million contract extension that includes $170 million guaranteed.
Well deserving. I ain't gonna lie. It's not a contract that I looked at and I was he doesn't. I didn't have question marks in my head.
Correct.
When he came to that team, he showed out, and he was, in my opinion, he's very well deserving of that type of contract. Regardless of you got to pay the quarterback. We always say that. You got to pay the quarterback. Everybody else follows line.
Correct.
So I'm not mad at it. Detroit finally got somebody that they could get behind,
that they could trust. I like that, especially with the fact that they extended Amon-Ra as well. So you basically got those two on the same path right now, and they look great together. And then like you said, you have Jahmyr Gibbs who's on a rookie contract, so you're good there. You have David Montgomery with them. Sam Laporta on a rookie contract.
Yeah.
Have a great offensive line, a pretty good defense, and then you brought in more guys on the defense from the draft, and even signed a couple during free agency. So this Lions team they're so that they're not gonna go anywhere anytime soon, and I like that.
They're gonna be in that top echelon of teams again. Most in that NFC.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Which is crazy to say. We haven't talked about Detroit in how long?
I don't ever remember talking about Detroit.
No, I'm not even saying we. I just mean
just in general.
Everybody.
Yeah, in general, right?
Yes.
I was to say, I don't ever remember even they weren't even a thought process Detroit. But I this is gonna be a good season.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a good season.
Kicking it off with the Ravens and Chiefs, that shows the type of energy that we're coming in with.
Oh yeah, get to see Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry, first game.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's scary.
Going to the Jets. I like this Jets schedule. Actually, like we said, they got San Fran coming up, but they got teams like, Denver that they got to see. They got to go see Minnesota and London. You got the primetime game on Monday night versus Buffalo. They got another primetime game after that versus the Steelers. Miami, obviously. The Rams is in there. Jacksonville's in there. Indianapolis is in there. Houston is in there.
I was just about to say Texans is in there.
Yeah, Halloween night. So, they got a schedule where it's gonna be, it's gonna be real interesting to see what they do.
I don't even know. Like looking at it, like in depth, like it's they got some tough ones. Like obviously they're gonna beat teams like the Colts, the Cardinals,
right?
The Patriots. They shouldn't have a problem with. But then the Vikings, maybe they shouldn't have a problem with. But teams like Broncos, they shouldn't have a problem with. But teams like, 49ers, you got the Steelers, Texans, Seahawks.
Yeah.
That's always a tough team to play. Bills, Dolphins, those are going to be, tough games for Aaron Rodgers coming off of an Achilles, trying to go through a full season if he can.
Right.
So I guess we just got to wait and see.
You got to wait, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, who else before we move on? Looking at
let's go to the Giants.
Yeah. Starting off with Minnesota.
Okay.
Then you got Washington, got Cleveland, got the Cowboys, Steelers later on in midseason. So it's not
Bengals, Panthers. I'm liking the schedule.
Yeah, no, it's not too bad of a schedule. Very heavy on the back end though.
Yeah,
with
Eagles.
The Eagles, you got Baltimore.
Yeah.
You got Dallas.
Falcons might give us some
Falcons,
problems.
yeah, depending on where they are,
who
they are,
who they are, that they become,
who they
are.
Yes. But yeah, no, I like that. I like their schedule a lot.
Yeah, the front end is a little better than the back end.
Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever. I don't even want to. They'll be all right, I guess. I guess. I don't really know, guys. I don't know.
And the biggest thing is if I see them in those ugly 100th season uniforms, it's a wrap.
Yo, those uniforms are atrocious. They're god awful, abysmal.
Like I said,
all of it.
Like I said off air, whoever signed off and agreed on that has to be immediately fired. Probably should be arrested because there's just no way in the world.
I'll put out an APB for him because that's unacceptable.
That's just horrible.
I don't like it. 1925. Can we come up with some modern day things, guys?
Yeah, you could throw in some of the, old school
the
with
red
the new
with
school.
The blue with the red, and then the helmet just looked like it's all over the place.
And then the pants, though, the cream. Yeah, I think those are cream pants. Like really?
I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. And like I said, how the NFL they're starting off good with the Ravens and the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? The Giants come out and I gotta wake up and look at this. It never fails. It never fails. It never fails.
Hey, but this season, like you said, it's gonna be something.
You're right. Absolutely right about that one.
All right, let's go to the NBA. So,
yes, sir.
The Celtics have finally finished off the Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
Looking good too. Game 3, they were able to catch them 106-93. Game 4, no Mitchell as he was dealing with an injury. 109-102 in favor of the Celtics, and then the Celtics finished them off on Wednesday night, 113-98. Possibly one of the easiest, probably if not the easiest path I've ever seen to a conference finals.
Absolutely.
As of right now.
Absolutely.
At this point, we're just waiting on somebody to challenge them.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're all hoping it's the Knicks, but at the same time, no OG, no Julius, no Mitchell Robinson, no Bogdanovich. So it'll be tough. But the Knicks, one thing, never count them out on is the fact that they gonna sit there and they gonna bang with you. They gonna let you know.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like this is gonna be a dog fight. It's gonna be a rock fight, and that's what we've gotten with the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
And Game 3 was that 3 killed me, bro. That 3 just killed me, man. Like
No.
Neymar.
Move on.
Neymar ain't hit a three all. He ain't hit nothing all game, and then hits that miracle shot, and that's how the game goes. And then game 4, they get blown out, 121 to 89. So it's like, what can you do? Mother's Day, Pacers at home. They said their moms was at the crib, so obviously they gonna show out. Obviously they gonna show out, but the Knicks got their lick back, beating them 121 to 91 in game 5. Now looking to finish them off in game 6, hopefully. My boy Brunson, 44 points, 7 assists, and 4 boards.
Big body Brunson.
44.
Let me get a 4 for 4.
Letting the world know that the mid-range is still alive, baby.
Oh,
the mid-range is still alive.
God.
He only hit 2 threes. I think he only shot 5 total 3-pointers. So he's letting everybody know that the mid-range is
here to stay.
It's here to stay. Something I'll always live and die on is the fact that if you want to become a champion, you have to shoot the midi. You have to be able to shoot the midi.
Exactly.
And that's what he's been doing. With the rest of that team, the way that they fouled in, the way Burks has come off the bench, and he's
been very big off the bench for them. The fact that they had a depleted roster, the way that he's been able to come off the bench, that speaks volumes about how deep that team can go if they needed to. Even Deuce McBride coming in, he had to start. And he was still he was dropping buckets too.
17 points, 4 assists.
Shout out Josh Hart coming back. After that game 4 loss, you could tell he ain't have no lift. None of them had lift.
Yeah.
But then as you could see in game 5, they came back and they were able to get ready to do things that they needed to do. Do the hard, grimy things that we know the Knicks to do.
Right.
And they were able to do that, which is why they had such a big lead, to finish off the game. And just because of big body Brunson too. Yeah. We already know that. Yeah. We already know that. Yeah. We already know he good. He good for about 35. He good for it. Just pencil it in.
That boy's tough, bro. That boy's tough. Let me tell you something. It's a joy to watch him play.
I love it.
It's a joy to watch him play.
Knowing that he just right across the pond.
Yeah, right across the pond.
Yeah, boy. Keep going.
Loving it. Going off to the West, Thunder and Mavs. That has been a really good series. That's been a
very good series.
It's been a back and forth series.
Real back and forth.
I think game 4 was probably what took me by surprise. As I'm sitting here, I'm like, all right, Mavs, they should lock this one up. We're gonna go 3-1, go back. Down that they're gonna finish them off. But Thunder was like, not so fast, my friend. Not so fast. The Mavs made too many mistakes at the end. They made way too many mental errors. We're talking turnovers. But the biggest thing for me was the missed free throws.
The missed free throws was the absolute killer of the game. It's what lost them the game.
Yeah.
Luka cannot miss big free throws down in the stretch.
Not at the end like that.
No.
Kyrie
too. Kyrie is supposed to be automatic.
Yeah, Kyrie has to play. And it's funny, if you go back and you just watch Kyrie over his years, he does that. You know what I mean? Where he'll have, obviously his hot stretches, but then when he's cold, he's cold. He's iced.
He's cold.
He's iced. And but the good thing is that they came back game 5. Doncic had his usual, 31-point triple-double that we're all used to. Derek Lively came alive, bro. 11 points, 10 rebounds off the bench. Derrick Jones Jr. It's funny, I was talking to my boy Jason about this. I was like, man, it's so cool to see how Jones Jr. went from just being a dunker to being this good, solid role player.
Exactly, yeah.
He had 19.2, 3 for 5 from 3.
He did not have a jumper when he was coming out of college at all. And to see him, it's the progression of how how an NBA player should be, of they can develop and they can actually do things, and he's been able to do it.
Yeah, no, when you put the time in, it's gonna show, and it's showing big time in these big time moments too. So shout out to him. It's gonna be a tough road for Thunder trying to get back.
I think that game 5 loss was a big loss for them.
Yeah,
I really think so, because you let Luka get comfortable. he didn't hit. He hit like two or three threes that weren't really hitting for him earlier in the series, or like might have been going up and down. But the fact that he was able to do it in Game 5, I think that spoke volumes about the team. And then even just how Kyrie was able to come into, like, he was just lurking around, not having like the craziest impact, but hitting big shots when he needed to hit big shots.
Yeah, no,
so I think that's important.
Yeah, no, like one thing that I never really talk about, or like something I never really discussed when it comes to like the analytics and stuff like that, is the plus minus. Like Kyrie had himself a pretty good plus minus. I think he was like plus 12.
Yeah.
So like when you see the plus minus, is for those who don't know, when you see stuff like that, that just means their impact on the court. And obviously when you're in the plus ranges, that means you had a pretty good impact, and he had a great impact. The only one that was above him was Doncic and Lively. Lively had a plus 22.
Wow. Yeah. See what those did, because he was making the plays that impact the game.
Correct.
And he was hitting threes. He was doing what he needed to do. And I put all of that on Luka though, because he's the focal. He's the focus point.
Yeah.
And the fact that the other guys are coming in, and they're able to relieve some of that pressure by hitting their shots. That's what changes the game. I don't think that's what OKC is doing with Shea.
Yeah.
Shea is he's doing a lot for him.
Yeah.
And
he's doing literally everything that you ask him to do. It's just the fact that the rest of them have to come to play. Exactly. And that's something that we talked about on the last episode. Like
Josh Giddey, how we just talked about Derrick Jones Jr. becoming he was a dunker, now he can shoot the three. Josh Giddey got to be able to shoot the three a little bit more consistently.
Correct.
If he's going to play off of SGA. And even Chet, too, because Chet can hit the three.
Yeah.
He'll become a better three-point shooter. Jalen Williams, J-Dub, he got to become a little bit better, not just a driver. And even SGA, too, you could tell in that last game he wasn't really trusting his shot like that.
Yeah.
He was just driving a lot of the time.
And what obviously teams are gonna do, and what something that the Mavs started to do that you noticed in Game 5 was they started to close off those lanes.
They're gonna collapse.
Yeah, those lanes collapse and obviously in the playoffs they're gonna collapse a lot quicker, especially so they're gonna make him shoot over people, especially from 3-point, and especially they're gonna make you make tough mid-range shots. You know what I mean? So and but that all comes with just learning experience. You know what I mean? Like
playing together even more as a solid unit. You know what I'm saying? Having the guys together.
If this does end in 6, to be able to take a team like the Mavericks in 6 with your first year in the playoffs, so from a sweep to taking the Mavs in 6 and first year in the playoffs is very that's something to be proud of.
And realistically, y'all are this close off of it. From a couple of plays in certain games to where y'all could have beat them in 6.
Yeah.
So there's things to look up on. The series is not over though.
Right.
It's not over.
It
could still come through and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you can learn.
Yeah, got to go back to Dallas and got to pull another Game 4 and just pull the rabbit out of the hat and try to take one out.
Yes, sir.
Got to take one out, but I love that young team right there, and I can't wait to see other things that they do beyond. But Timberwolves, Nuggets, man, let me tell you something. Now we both picked Denver. Right? Games 1 and 2, everybody was shook. I'm not gonna lie, everybody was shook. We were discussing how it was weird seeing a championship team unravel. Jamal Murray was unraveling, but man, Game 3. They got up on that plane, man. They got up on that plane, man. And when Mike Malone had said, and I'm not gonna, obviously re-quote him from verbatim, but when he said something to his team, now remember, you guys are the champions. You guys are the defending champions. Sometimes that's all you need to, sometimes you just need a little reminder on who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you might slip up a little bit. Sometimes you just need a reminder on who you are. And it showed that they needed that, and they used it to their advantage.
They heard him.
Exactly.
Looked in the mirror and was like, us.
Because game three, they came out firing. They blew the Wolves out 117-90. Jokic had 24 points, 14 boards, and 9 assists. With Porter with 21 points, 4 for 5 from 3. Murray 24 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Game 4, they come back and they tied a series by beating the Wolves 115-107. Jokic 35 points, 7 boards, 7 assists. Aaron Gordon, 27.7 rebounds, 6 assists. Let me tell you what, you want to talk about the X factor? That right there is the ultimate X factor right there.
He changes the entire
He changes everything. Jamal Murray, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. Then after that, they get back on the plane, go back to Denver, and show them how it's really done back in Denver, back in the Mile High City for the third straight win, winning 112-97. Now they lead 3-2. Jokic, after he got presented his MVP trophy, it's just something about when you get presented your MVP trophy in front of the crowd is into it, in front of your crowd, you know what I mean? Everybody's into it, everybody's loving you and everything. Guess what? 40 points, 13 assists, 7 boards, with KCP coming out to play. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 for 5 for 3.
Yeah, don't forget to mention Nikola Jokic. He had 40 and 13 assists with 0 turnovers.
Yes, with 0 turnovers. That's correct.
With 0 turnovers. Now compare that to how they were playing him in the first 2 games, and what they were doing to get him uncomfortable. And now Game 5, back at home, because nobody won at home yet up until that point.
Right.
Nobody won at home, and then you come back home and you drop a 40-point, 13 assists, 0 turnover type of game, you're joking, and you're absolutely just putting all of your weight into Rudy Gobert.
Bro.
Defensive Player of the Year, who?
Bro.
4-time Defensive Player of the Year, who?
Bro.
Because...
And it's not like Rudy had a bad game either. He still had 18 points and 11
Rudy
boards.
did not have a bad game.
And he didn't have a bad game. It shows that I'm the MVP. I'm also the Finals MVP. I am who I am.
Mm-hmm. And you could tell, when Nikola is like, I'm gonna come at you.
Oh yeah.
You could see it all game because he came down on one possession, scored on Rudy Gobert. He came down on the next possession, scored on Karl-Anthony Towns. Came down on the next possession and scored on Naz Reid. All 3 of them dudes who are the best defenders to actually guard him. He comes down and aggressively goes at these guys.
Yeah.
And then to top it off, he's throwing behind the back passes to Aaron Gordon.
Bro,
you know what I mean? He's throwing no looks.
I wish Aaron Gordon had hit that.
Oh my God!
I screamed when I saw that.
It was the way he looked at him. He looked this way. It was like, bro. I was going crazy too. But that's just the type of player that he is, and he ain't a boring player either. People got to get that out their heads. He is entertaining because he is so pure, fundamentally sound basketball, the footwork, the touch, everything. It's all there.
That's not boring. That's basketball.
It's basketball.
That's basketball.
It's beautiful basketball.
I think and this is one of the reasons why I've always liked watching college more than I like the NBA, is because everyone gets so used to the entertainment factor.
Yes.
People don't understand. You have to, in order for me to be entertaining, I have to know the fundamentals. I have to know the fundamentals before I can entertain you.
I completely agree.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Nikola is showing you the fundamentals, but also mixing in the entertainment with it, with the no-look passes, with the little, with the drop shots that he does, you know what I mean? With the behind-the-back shots that he's able to do. It's crazy how he shoots the ball like that.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it.
He dunking all over the place.
Now,
he cocking his back, dunking. I'm like, yo, who are you? Wait a minute.
So I have to show off my athleticism. I'm like, yo, you a funny dude.
He was funny for that.
You a funny dude because Stephen A. say, you can't even jump onto a curb, bro.
Yo, that boy bad.
That's a bad
that
man
boy
right there.
Bad.
And honestly, I wouldn't even be mad if they won it again.
I was about to say, no, I'm not mad at that either. They're gonna take it tonight. Game 6 on Thursday. He gonna take it. They gonna take it. They gonna go 4 straight on them.
Okay.
Watch. 4 straight.
That'd be nasty.
They can't do nothing.
There.
They can't do nothing.
Yeah, no, they can't do nothing. And I feel, it sucks because also the Wolves are missing Mike Conley Jr.
That's big
as well with the Achilles injury.
Because now you can't get Anthony Edwards flowing the way he needs to start flowing. Because now he has to be that person that's at the top of the key trying to facilitate an offense, and that's Mike Conley's job. That's not his job. He should be coming off the ball.
It's a lot easier for the Nuggets defense to focus in on it. That's the only thing with the Wolves. Really, they just need another point guard. Honestly, they need a more reliable one. I'd say not another one, but
somebody like a Drew Holiday or somebody like that.
Exactly. But the Nuggets are showing you in real time that it's the reason why they're the champions.
In real time.
The reason why they're the champions, and you can't even really be mad at it.
No, you can't. You can't. I love to see it. Yeah. I love to see it.
Oh, heck yeah. But before we get out of here, we got a couple more minutes, but before we get out of here, like we mentioned earlier, the WNBA.
Oh, yes, sir.
Started this week. Caitlin Clark, she had herself some type of debut.
She had a debut. We'll say that.
She had herself some type of debut. But, like we know with all rookies coming in, it's gonna take a minute.
There's a learning curve.
It's a big learning curve.
She still had 20 points though.
Yeah, no,
you can't and that's only gonna get better. She'll start to understand the game will slow down a little bit more because it's more intensity than it is in college.
Right,
and you could tell that maybe she figured that some part of that out in the second half compared to the first half.
Correct.
But turnovers, you gotta cut down on those. That'll come.
Yeah.
But damn it, 10 turnovers in the first game is a little wild.
Yeah, no, that's a record.
That's wild.
That's a record.
I don't know if I blame that more on her or if I blame that more on just the fact that she has so much attention coming in that they're going out of their way to actually what I mean?
Guard her
yes,
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to figure out to look at that and digest it and go back and look at the film. I think it's a mixture of just the fact that this is how we play, but also we know the height that you're coming in. We're gonna have to show you. You know what I mean? This is just it's just a bit different from college, obviously.
And I like it more because now we'll see other girls actually coming out and doing their thing against the Indiana Fever and trying to put their names on the map because of a Caitlin Clark of that spotlight that she has
Right.
So they all say the rising tide lifts all boats, and we're gonna see that as the season, as her career progresses, as the WNBA moves forward.
Right.
So it's just nothing but excitement, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I like seeing it's just basketball. It's just sports.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's just ball. And Angel Reese had a pretty good debut. 12 points, 8 boards. So she's looking good. Has to work on her free throws. She was 2 for 8 from the line.
How much did Camila Cardozo have?
She didn't play. She's still injured, I believe.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I think she should be back soon. But I'm looking forward to everything that's happening. The Aces got their rings the other night.
Asia Wilson, the PAWG.
Bro,
my God.
They're gonna do it again.
Yeah, I really hope they do. I hope they do, just off of the standpoint. I want them to go back to back to back like that.
Oh yeah, I think they will. 30, what she had? She had 30 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks. Jeez, bro. 10 for 11 from the free throw line. That's disgusting. I didn't even actually realize how great that was.
Yo, that stat line is a stat line.
That's a stat.
Yes. Those are Nikola Jokic numbers.
Yeah,
come on.
Looking at this, wait a minute.
Those are Nikola Jokic MVP numbers, dog.
That's
insanity. Are you kidding me?
Insanity, bro. Kelsey Plum, she had herself a pretty good game. Yeah, no, this is a WNBA, man. They on the map now.
Facts. Yo, Daisha Fair gonna get herself a goddamn ring real quick.
Oh, yeah.
My Syracuse shot. Yes, sir.
Yeah, now she ain't get in.
I know she ain't played, but she's still gonna get a ring though. She gonna get a ring though.
They're gonna have some time in there. Diana Taurasi still looking good.
Oh yeah.
23 points, 7 for 11 from the 3.
DT.
That's
the
GOAT right there.
Ooh.
That's the GOAT. If you don't know about the game, I'll point you in the right direction. That's where you're gonna start, and then after that, expand yourself from there. If you don't know about the game, go to Diana Taurasi. Then after that, you just start branching out, and then trust me, you'll know a lot more by the end of the day.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's it for this episode, man. got a lot covered.
We got a lot in. We definitely did.
Got a whole lot covered, and appreciate you guys for sticking around with us. Like usual, come back next week. We'll have more for you. But till then, I'm Cam Silver.
I'm Kyle Silver.
And we are the Soul Boys.
Thank you.
What's going on, everybody? It's Cam Silver from the Soul Boys. If you like our content, subscribe to the channel and like our videos. Thank you for watching.